What up, everybody? It's the speech guy, Tony Asar, A-S-A-R. And you know I'm still rocking with my main man, the professor.
Ooh.
The super duper.
Oh, yeah.
Uber producer.
So he says.
Podcast Poppy.
Self-titled.
Earl Tony.
And you know I got to give you the proper intro. It's my man rocking the plaid.
Oh.
He hasn't shaved. That's how you know he's a dad. He might beat up a guy named Chad.
Maybe. Depending where he was raised, maybe.
He better be wearing pads. It's the one and only Tony Asar. Oh, speech god. Yeah.
How you been, my G?
Oh, man, I've been good, man. Productive week this week. I've worked every single day, including today. I worked today. I got back down the hill maybe a couple hours ago. But yeah, just working every single day this week.
Dang.
Yeah, but it was productive. You know, everything's going good at the business. Things are looking up. So when things are looking up, you can't slow the work down. You gotta get in a little bit more and put a little bit more hours in to make sure shit is working. But yeah, man, week was good, not too bad. I will say this: I had like 4 people keep sending me memes, or like not memes, but like links to the Terry Crews diet, the diet Terry Crews Light. I don't know his name, but it's that black dude, buff black dude with the dreads who be out there dancing. Look, first of all, he can't dance. Second of all, why y'all keep sending me that? I don't want it. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. I feel some type of way when I see those videos. I don't know why I don't like that guy so much. He ain't done nothing to me at all. But every time I see his black ass on my timeline, gyrating, he's not even dancing. That is gyrating.
He's just popping hard.
He's just popping hard. Like, bro, I never see you work out. Where these muscles come from?
No, my thing is, bro, why weren't you in the NFL draft?
Because he wants to gyrate instead. I don't know, man. That's just a little random thing, but I'm just tired of seeing those.
He could have the most vicious sack celebration dance of all time.
No, if I saw that after he made a sack and I'm on the defense, he does that. I'm like, coach, get him out, sub him out. Yeah, nah, that's Dietary Cruz. That's what I call him. I don't know his real name, but I am like about up to here with seeing him on my timeline.
Nah, I feel you.
It's like it's the new Dan Rue effect. Like, you know, remember Dan Rue?
No, which one?
He was I don't know if he's Mexican or I don't know what nationality he is, but he's the dude that be gyrating his knees. Like, they'd be like, hey, he'd be like, I don't know his name. You seen that dude? Well, he gets paid. He does a lot of hosting gigs. And every time I know they ask him, at some point, hit it, Dan Rudy goes. It's the gyrating thing. And it's like, dude, at some point, you got to graduate. I think the same thing with this Dietary Cruz. Like,
or like Famous Amos.
Yeah, that's something like that.
It's just pop up out of nowhere. He's like, hey.
So that's been the latest thing that's been chapping my hide. Bring back the old school phrases. But how was your week, man?
Oh, man, week was chill. You know, the thing about driving in a car with no air conditioning, dropping off packages in the heat, you get irritable.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like, and then just the things people do on the road, or just how they come across a truck, like.
Oh yeah, because people disregard y'all in delivery trucks,
and they swear like I can't stop like regular cars. It's gonna take a while for me to stop.
Yeah, we have packages in the back.
It's
a lot of weight.
Like, so it's gonna.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of treat it like a train, but people will just be like, "Woo, fuck you, Mario me."
You might have seen me on the street once or twice dipping by you, because I don't be really paying attention to those delivery drivers as much as I should. Bruh. But here's the thing: stay y'all asses to the right. That'd be the problem with a lot of you delivery drivers. You're on the freeway and it's the fast lane, and I see a fucking UPS truck just sitting there, like people going around him, and he just eating a sandwich, listening to talk radio.
No, because we gotta kick a certain speed for a certain gear.
Hey, get the speed you want. Just stay out of the left lane. You got 2 lanes over here, the 2 right lanes.
Facts.
Maybe the 3rd one if y'all trying to pass somebody, but y'all should be. This should be a lot of pass, get back, pass, get back.
You know what it really is? It's because there'd be another truck in front of me, and I'm like, man, this motherfucker moves slow. I got to go. I gotta drop off a delivery.
Well, you playing with dicey water doing that, because that's where you might have to brake check somebody or something. Like, I feel for you delivery drivers though, like especially like gas right now. Even though I'm sure your gas is taken care of.
Oh, company card.
But they checking out where you're driving though. I'm pretty sure they're like every mile needs to be accounted for.
Hey, if I could, I would be fired. But if I could,
if you could, that'd be parked out there right now. Like,
man, on company gas.
Yeah, exactly.
Run that car.
Work is going good. Everything's going good.
Nah, work's going good, man. Like, work's going good. What it is, like, I hope nobody from work sees this, but what it is, yeah, cause I'm gonna say this.
Fuck you, Dan.
Like,
what you gonna say?
Nah, it's just that part. But nah, it's hard. It's hard. You know why I can't stay at jobs? Because it's hard seeing people who stayed at jobs.
Elaborate. Elaborate. Hold up. So you see somebody with gray hair who's been there.
You see somebody and you're like, damn, I don't want that to be me.
Ever.
Oh, okay.
Ever.
Okay.
And so every job I ever worked with, it's like it always tells me to stay on the path. So this job is like another one of those jobs.
Yeah.
Because I see them older cats and then they tell me how long they been there, and then they tell me how much they make, and I'm like, damn, nigga, you needed a drink.
Ambition.
Yeah, you need
something.
Like that's not fair.
I've definitely been there where you work with somebody and they're like, I've been here about 12 years. Yeah. And they walk to their Honda Sonata.
Yeah.
And then they hop in, you're just like, 12 years got you Honda Sonata and child support?
Right.
I think the worst part for me is that they don't see an issue with it.
Okay.
Which shows you that most
that's
people
the hardest
are content.
part.
Though that shows you most people are very simple people. We're different. Embrace that.
I'm still simple though.
No, but we're different though. You wake up every day getting to it.
I think it's more of a generational thing, but
oh yeah,
Derbs, you're
kids my age are not that way.
But
they're not just gonna settle for some shit job working for some shit person.
Yeah, but it's also the pendulum is on the other side because a lot of young kids I've seen fuck up positions they have because they don't want to stay there for so long. They're like, bro, but if you just stay there for 5 years, you get into the position you need to get to for that certain amount of money. Like there is a certain point where it's like, if you're ambitious enough, you can move up. But I agree with you. I see a lot of younger people who just can't stay in a job more than a year, like
because they kind of do got it messed up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here's my thing. Like, I can't sit still because I have a plan.
Okay.
You know, like, so no matter what job I work at, they not part of the plan.
My plan is to never be here.
They're funding my plan.
Okay.
Like, you know.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like a lot of the younger cats is because they're seeing, like, you know, they grew up in social media.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what that's like.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like, that's a different mindset. So knowing that we grew up learning we don't have to work like that.
Mm-hmm.
They were born into a world knowing
they
don't gotta work like that, so they can't take that. But they don't really got plans.
No,
I don't think that's true. I think a lot of like young people have done a very good job creating ways to make money outside of like the general, like get a job.
You mean take advantage of the internet?
Yeah.
That's an exceptional
yeah,
few, though.
You're right. I agree.
It's still an exceptional few, no?
That is. The majority of kids out here, especially, majority of, I was going to make it majority of people have
compared to when
delusion.
you were in your like late teens, early 20s,
mm-hmm.
like how many multi-million-dollar 20-year-olds did you know back then?
Soulja Boy.
Yeah, but
outside of like the rappers and
NBA outside players. Of like famous people,
mm-hmm.
like there are people my age that like made millions of dollars in crypto.
Yeah, or even selling eBay,
and they will never ever have to get a job.
Yeah, No, there's definitely a lot more kids. There's a lot more younger millionaires or younger thousandaires now than there ever has been. Like,
Yeah.
but I think there's also this always two sides to the coin. I think the other side of the coin is a lot more broke kids at 19, 20 because they refuse to work somewhere. They'd rather keep beating their head into the wall trying to
Because the plan.
because of the lack of planning. Because not selling things on eBay is not for everybody, or cryptocurrency understanding it is not for everybody. There's going to be the people that are outliers that do it, but there's also a lot of kids I see that are just misguided. It's like, yo, if you take that job, I swear 5 years it will pay off if you stay there. If your end goal is to get a secure career, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Know how to use the job to get what you want.
Yeah.
Like me, if I need to send off something from my company, I send it through the job's mail, and I never have to pay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's facts.
You gotta. It'll get you fired, but be ready to get another job after that. But once they discover how you've been using their facilities, but you can though. You gotta like for the kids that are striking out, just have a plan, have a better plan, how to execute.
Yeah.
Like I'm at this job now that I'm already leaving. Like
he had the exit plan on the way in.
Like I started this episode. I started this job 2 episodes ago, and I'm already out. Like, but I have another. I have another plan.
Yeah.
So I'm outro.
Yeah,
and it's still it's not going to mess with, first you gotta take care of you. It's not gonna mess with me, with daddy and all that. It ain't gonna mess with productive culture and here, and it ain't gonna mess with anything else,
Yeah.
And it's a plan that I know now I can make plans that won't stop my major plan.
Yeah.
Like I could take a hit. Like I plan for it when a bill about to be out. I'll look at it like, all right, I'm gonna put 200 on this bill, and then from June to August.
But to put a bow on that, I agree with you. There's a lot more younger people that are like getting to the bag, but I do like. There's a reason why there's all these jobs that have now hiring in the front. There's a lot of kids who don't want to work now. They rather stay in the studio because their studio is just a computer now. Very easy to do, make music or edit videos or whatever the case may be. There's a lot more people doing that instead of like, having a plan and maybe fund the things you're trying to do, or actually just stay busy and
have the ambition to match the equipment you bought.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids with a lot of equipment, that's for sure. There's a lot more kids with equipment than there are success stories, that's for sure. Let's go offer up right now. Let's see how many kids regret.
How many parents that when they were 27, like, all right, sell all that. It's time for you to get into
your 4 years is up, buddy. Oh man,
great old man talking in the beginning of the pod. I like it.
Man, I'm in my mid-30s. It is what it is.
Yeah, man. We're getting close over the hill.
I ain't dead. As long as I ain't dead, I'm gonna keep slanging them. No, but hey, man, sports world.
Ooh, starting off with sports.
Let's hit them with it. It's been a little crazy. It got a little mixed up, a little jamboree,
Okay, well, where do you want to start? I just can I do a rest in peace real quick?
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. So in the NFL world, a quarterback by the name of Dwayne Haskins, young quarterback, 24 years old, recently passed away tragically. He was hit by a dump truck when he got out of his car because his car I think he had a flat or some type of car issue, and got out of his car to address that issue, and somebody driving by. Maybe in a delivery truck. No, it's not funny. But but yeah, somebody hit him, and he died tragically. And he was a quarterback. Used to be at Ohio State, a very high pick, and then he was with the Steelers and another team. I cannot remember, to be honest with you. But it's just tragic to see somebody that young who has that much promise pass away from such a terrible situation where you just think that I'm just gonna get out the car and check my wheel or whatever the case may be, and the next thing you know, somebody falling asleep or just negligence driving. Yeah, man. So rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins from me.
Yeah, nah, it's cold. It is cold when young talents go out. And I saw his stats, and the Jets could have used him. We really missed out.
Jets could use you.
Hey, hey, you know what? I've seen a Disney movie where Philadelphia pulled a trash man out and he made field goals, and I could be the Jets trash man at this point.
Yeah.
I won't make the field goals, but I think I could aspire. The other teams were like, yo, if he's out here, we need to start winning.
I think you'd be a great long snapper. I think if you really dedicated your time.
Have you seen those guys' fingers? No, I don't.
I have not actually. Long snappers' fingers?
No, like what?
Well, a lot of them moonlight as blockers, but there are people who I
don't want to do anything on the line.
All you do is just hike, and then you stand up, and nobody's allowed to hit you because you're a long snapper.
Okay.
Like Cowboys have a long snapper. I think he's like 47. He's been in the league for.
Oh, no one can hit me.
Yeah.
They can't step on my fingers.
A punter, you got to make a tackle sometimes. Kicker, you might have to make a tackle sometimes.
No, I don't. You ever see that kicker that dives after the fact?
The one that looks like he's reaching?
He already broke 14 yards of him. I'm like, oh.
More of the story is the Jets could use you. They could use your talent.
They could use a miracle.
But yeah, man, just start off with that. Just rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins.
That part.
What else in the sports world?
Stephen A. Smith. Yeah. He's got a definition on what the GOAT is.
I'm getting tired of this conversation. I really am. LeBron is 37 years old.
Yeah. What more can he do?
Well, why does he? That shows you how great you are. You're 37 years old in your 19th year, and pundits or analysts or whatever put these expectations on him, and then when he doesn't meet them, they decide to say the GOAT conversation is over. Like, if you don't know, Lakers didn't make the playoffs.
Yikes.
You should be laughing too. You're a Clippers fan. You should be happy. You are the least, as a Clippers fan, you should be rubbing it in Lakers' faces all day, every day. But I understand why you don't.
It's hard because it's still LeBron.
Okay, true. Yeah.
Like, I'm rooting for, like, as much as I could be a fan of a team, this is, for me personally, it's LeBron.
Yeah.
I seen him play.
Yeah.
There is no discussion. He is the GOAT.
Okay, that's heavy words coming from Tony Asar.
He is the GOAT. Stephen A. Smith don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
He's still hanging on to the hairline, so you can't trust a lot of things he's saying.
I can't trust anyone hanging on to that.
Nah.
Like,
But I think that I don't know. The GOAT conversation is whatever. Like, I didn't really watch Jordan physically play.
Okay.
So I have to take it. I have to listen to my dad and the older people say, hey, Jordan did this, that, and the third. And I can appreciate what he did. I watched The Last Dance.
Yeah.
I respect Jordan. I think he is the GOAT, or 1A, 1B, or whatever. And LeBron's right there. But the way I am now, maybe because I'm getting older or whatever, but I'd rather just appreciate the greatness I'm seeing. And we can have the GOAT conversation 5 years after LeBron retires, when Space Jam 3 comes out and Bronny James is in it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what
having to use his dad's powers to go back to Toonland. I don't know. WB ain't trying.
Like, people are throwing out the fact that this is the worst. What they say? The most disappointing season for a team in NBA history when we compare the talent on the team and what they completed.
Nah, because LeBron didn't rip his Achilles on a shitty team.
That part. And Anthony Davis, which is skating all the criticism.
He bought Rolls Royce and been chilling.
He won the championship 2 years ago in the bubble, and he's like, I'm good. He grew his fro out. He's chilling on the sideline for most of the year.
Contract obligations fulfilled. I got you your ship.
Yeah.
Now I'm on a ship.
I think the whole GOAT thing is ridiculous, man. LeBron is 1A, 1B. You put him 2, 3, or 4, whatever. Like, it's gonna hash out eventually. But you can say this though. I saw this stat. LeBron is the youngest player and the oldest player to ever average 30 points per game. He averaged it at 21 years old, 17 years ago, and then he's averaged 30 points per game this year.
And he's been in it since 18.
LeBron's the only player I've seen who's played this long and have been this good for this long. Like I have never seen this.
Tell the truth. Super teams were created to stop LeBron James.
Yeah.
Let's tell the truth. Boston put together the big three because LeBron James was one-man powerhousing the Eastern Conference on a horrible Cleveland Cavaliers team.
Yeah. And then LeBron went out and got with Miami, but then Durant left OKC. He was already part of a big three.
Yeah.
Or actually Harden left first.
That was an accidental big three.
It was. They didn't expect to get Harden, Westbrook, and Durant, and Ibaka, big four.
And Jeff Green.
Who I thought was pretty good and pretty decent.
And Cephalosha.
Okay, now we're stretching.
He had hustle. He had heart. He had defense.
He had heart. He had grit. He got power. What's that rock song?
Everything else, I devour.
Bruh, my woman be playing that song, and I'm like, "You sitting here watching TV. Why is this playing? This is a workout song. We don't go outside and do some squats and we go play this."
I didn't know what you having up for.
Yeah, what you having up for? Like, but yeah, man, Stephen A. Smith, calm down, bro. Yeah, LeBron is one of the GOATs.
He is, undisputably, because I mean, before LeBron, what did we create in NBA 2K? You gotta be about what, 6'7", 7 foot, can move fast,
90 speed, can shoot outside, can pass, dunk. Sounds like LeBron. I mean, sounds like we created a bunch of LeBron.
What is he? 6'10", 6'11"?
They list him at 6'9".
Okay.
6'8", 6'9". They list him at that.
That's a long move.
Also, can we just talk about the comparison of the competition
between now and then? Okay, get to it, Darius. What you talking about?
Nah, yeah.
Back when Michael Jordan was playing, half the players were all doped up, on drugs.
And slow as hell.
Yes. A lot of
I've been on drugs. I know how it be.
That's the conversation that when you get into that conversation with older people, they start to say, you bring up the whole stat where LeBron's a better 3-point shooter than Jordan. Statistically, he's hit more threes. But then you hear from the old heads, well, back in the day, they didn't shoot those threes. If they shot those threes, then Jordan would have the same amount of threes as LeBron.
That's nitpicking.
It's the nitpicking thing. But it's hard for me to listen to somebody who does not agree that the talent today is way better collectively in the NBA than the talent was in the 80s and 90s.
Dude, given the talent of today, I wouldn't make a JV team.
It's also it's also a very drastically different game.
It's way faster.
Faster is more spread out because it's a 3-point shot, so there's a lot more space you have to cover.
And you gotta be a point center.
A lot of more fouls.
Yes. And every position is a point center. You gotta take everyone to the block. You gotta be able to post up. You gotta be able to shoot threes. You gotta be able to block out and get boards.
There's no more Dwight Howards coming up and being dominant in the league anymore.
There's a reason why, just solid big men don't really exist no more. You need an agile big man.
Yeah, you need Joel Embiid who can hit threes. You need Jokic who can pass and hit threes.
That's why, how much effective would Greg Oden would have been on that team if his knees lasted?
His knees were about as old as his face.
Yeah, so
I think that's what the issue was.
Abraham Lincoln face, for sure.
But he could have been something
Lincoln
really
had slaves?
good.
I think so. Oden looked like he could have been. Just went shy off the pool with that guy, But pushing forward and moving forward, man.
What else in sports?
Not more so in sports, but what's going on in life and with another organization.
Okay.
Black Lives Matter.
What's your thoughts? I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts.
We got to give a little background. Go and hit the notes real quick. So, around October 2020, they spent nearly $6 million in donated funds on luxurious estates in Studio City, upscale Los Angeles neighborhoods, and purchased a couple of properties, all with money given to the Black Lives Matters organization.
Mm-hmm. What do you feel? What do you think?
Bro.
What?
Bro. Cause it's Black Lives Matter. you think about like how significant their voice has been in the last 10 years or whatnot. You know, at almost every incident that goes down, you got to represent a representative from there, and supposed to be putting for the cause. They taking in the money from the people with all hashtag. I hashtag Black Lives Matter a couple of times. I blacked out. I blacked out my page. I believed in the cause.
As did I. I didn't black out my page, but I did do the BLM. I did the BLM hashtag quite a few times.
You feel me?
I think the main issue, well, not the main issue, but one of the main issues is you have BLM the movement, you have BLM the organization.
Yeah.
And I think there's not a clear definition to the people on what we know what the hashtag in the movement is. BLM, Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? We've had the countless debates about it. Black lives do matter. But then you also have the organization that was birthed through the phrase and through the movement. And I think that there's so much distrust because there's not a clear definition on what Black Lives Matter is intended to do, what they're supposed to do.
That's what I always asked when like, okay, after the hype got hyped up, I started wondering. I was like, all right, we're screaming the chant.
Yeah.
But where's the steps?
Yeah, exactly. So apparently after the George Floyd situation, BLM got an influx of $60 million that year in donated funds. I didn't donate. Did you donate?
No.
Lee, did you donate to Black Lives Matter?
No, but I did bank with One United Bank, the only black.
Oh, that's
okay. She banked with One United Bank.
And had a horrible experience.
Yeah,
we'll talk about the experience another day. But most black people I know did not vote or did not donate to Black Lives Matter. So to me, it's a lot of white guilt that donated to Black Lives Matter. So at one hand of it, I'm like, hey, buy a mansion off that white guilt. Floss off that white guilt. I'm not too mad about that. But you have to define what your organization is and what it's intended to do. And you have to be transparent with the money.
That part.
Apparently, the money is all accounted for. So when people are looking into the money, there's no money missing or nothing like that. But the definition of what they're using the money for is what people have to look into and hold them to the fire. Like if you say this $6 million house is for making content and it's supposed to be a compound for people to come.
That's so
the thing is though, as a nonprofit, they're required to disclose like all of their financial information of like their donors and everything. And they haven't done that for the last 2 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, they didn't have it for 2020 or
since they got that $60 million from the George Floyd situation. There's been a lot of lack of transparency, a lack of telling us people what the money is for.
So they're misappropriating funds. There is no transparency of them, and and again the significance of what that movement was. They misused the hype and the love and the trust of the people, of black people, in times when things got rough.
Yeah.
Like, nah, don't buy a house, my G. That money should have really went into what we all been talking about.
And so what would it have gone into? Because this is where the conversation has to advance. A lot of people are upset about it. But let's talk about where the money should go. Because I'll be one of the first people to say, I don't necessarily know. But I know you pay attention to a lot more of this shit than I do.
And me personally, if they had 60 million, I would try to see what sections of that million do I need for the bureaucracy of it, by all the people who's going to do all the work. Take all of that. And then first, we always talk about education. HBCUs are struggling.
Yeah. That money can go to
HBCUs to create certain programs in STEM. Because again, we talk about how we're always behind, but now we're in a position almost 100 million in grants, and you could have used that money. They could have used that money not to buy houses, but as upfront to get more donations and bigger donations to further create grants and programs to create for like STEM. Not even just STEM, gaming. Like get more black people into gaming. They could have created fields of that within certain things like that, or we talk about medical and things like that. All right, I would try to find a little area, singularly target an area, because you got to have a base model for a thingy, and then create a structure within elementary, junior high, to high school that would promote better wellness. You know, like better programs to protect the kids, like after school programs that teach this one small community. And people probably be like, why just this small community? Because niggas only $66 million.
Yeah.
Like, but if we show the base model of what we could do for one community and how us pouring into each other for this one community, and show like, all right, we could set aside programs where this age group, you know, we could have the money for them to learn these set of skills, and then at this age group learn this set of skills, and you know, and then just divvy it up like that. Like that's why like the money got to be transparent, because when it's transparent, I feel then people could better have a knowledge of like, well, you can research what to do it, but I feel like companies that get those type of donations, they win off of it not being transparent, so people can't like, oh, you got 100 million, then how come you didn't put?
Yeah,
You can't hold people accountability without transparency.
Yeah,
and it's like that's why it's kind of, I think personally it's kind of messed up.
Yeah,
Like even if I didn't donate, just the fact of what they represented, you know, it's like, you know, it's like seeing Uncle Sam fucking Native American. It's wrong, but
Yeah.
that's not what you're supposed to represent, Uncle Sam.
And it's disappointing to hear like certain families of people who lost loved ones to like gun violence or police violence, who BLM was supposed to stand behind, specifically George Floyd and his family and others, who have said some things about how BLM has handled those situations.
How they kind of moved in, moved out.
Yeah, they came,
Ship
moved
in,
in,
ship
moved out. They weren't like, I would tell let's Patrice Coulars, Alicia Garza, and Melina Abdullah, which are the three people that are, and there's probably more people ahead of BLM. But
talking that shit.
I would tell those three people to the two things you should do going forward to build the trust in Black community or people in general is to there should be no you should be standing lock in step with the families who lost loved ones to gun violence and police violence. There should be no, that should be something that you are taking with the utmost of sincerity and very serious. Like there should be no families coming out saying, "Oh, we didn't get the money," or they said they're going to come the money, or they just came and they used it as a photo op and left. Like there needs to be a lot. You take that seriously, and then you try to build a communication with the people. I don't know how you do that, but you could build a township, or you can do something like you need to start getting feedback from the people and start allocating that money to help what the people are asking for the best you can.
And have a plan. And I'll say this for any organization or for anybody that wants to back on any organization, make sure that organization has a plan when they start up, what they're going in, and what what you're backing. You know, don't get caught up in the hoopla and the hypeness.
Why do you think this is a story?
Why do I think this is a story?
Because nobody asked about the head of the PETA. Nobody asked about the head of FEMA. Nobody asked about when you send a nickel a day overseas to Africa. Nobody's asking or checking to see where the founders are living.
That part.
But and from what the articles I read, there isn't a lot of direct nefarious things going on with the money. It's just questions like why you spend $6 million on a house. But the money was money that got donated to him, and they said the house was for a specific reason. We'll see if they actually use it. But I don't see the same type of articles written about other organizations and the leaders and where they're living, or you know, Joel Osteen and the people who lead the churches and the places they're living.
Oh, they question the fuck out of Joel Osteen. He just don't talk. You ever see those videos of white people where police be talking to white people? They just like, this is Joel Osteen. Joel Osteen, why you locked the church where everyone was drowning?
He did do that. Joel
Osteen, why you got $150 billion?
Yep.
Why you got 3 more
So I find it kind of funny that they bought the house 2 years ago, but when BLM is starting to to spend the money on things that I guess they feel like is what they should be spending their money on. There's articles written about it, dissecting where the money is being spent, and I just find that interesting.
It's because one, I think it's the story one because it's kind of like oh, y'all weren't better than us, you know, and that's the letdown because that's when we needed to be better than them. Like we need to show improve. We can't keep complaining about certain things and certain causes, but never showing up for it. Like, cause that's us. That's kind of a symptom. Like we talk black love and black on black love, but some cats be grimy to their own people.
Do you feel like people that we in the black community prop up as leaders should be responsible?
That's the hard part. We have to. It's messed up. It's responsible in a certain way that shows that you can do both. You know, that's why I think it's important where it is celebrities that show like I'll donate this. There are celebrities that show that because it's important to show that you could do both. But the thing is with Black Lives Matter is not only did they go in and photo op people, not only did they just take donations and not give it to the people that the money was actually meant for. Like, come on, that's a shiesty move from anybody, Black Lives Matter or not. I give you some money to go to the corner store and give me some bread, and you said they ain't got nothing, but you got eggs, toast, and cereal. I got shiesty. That's just off the rip. And then they're just knowing what it is for us. Like just knowing, like not to segregate, but just knowing the black experience, knowing what they was like they were a symbol, a flagship, a flag staff for this new generation. And instead of show and prove to show this new generation, here we go. We got, because everybody was in. We had white guilt. We had it all. White women was like, stop carrying them. It was Karens yelling at Karens. It was beautiful. We was all coming together.
Yeah.
Did
niggas got houses?
A house. And $6 million in California ain't getting you a lot. So I got to see the picture of this house.
Did the leaders of BLM like give a statement or anything?
I was listening. I haven't finished. I was listening to a podcast where she was on Higher Learning podcast with Van Lathan, and she responded to, and I did read an article where she responded, and the response I saw, so the article that I read, the words were taken from a YouTube video that the owners had posted, and they were pretty much callous in the way they were responding. They were just like, y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about. Y'all over here accusing us of shit. Y'all know what the fuck you're talking about. And I don't think that's a great way of responding.
See that?
That's not a great way of responding to people asking questions. Dr. Umar, take a lesson. There's a lot of Dr. Umar was at school, and the way he responds is the same way. It's like transparency with the people that you claim to serve. That's what is the thing that you need to be doing, main over anything. Transparency, let people into the books, because BLM is supposed to, you would think, again, there's no definition for it, but it's supposed to be for us as people. It's supposed to be for progress.
Yet we all assume.
Yeah, exactly. So
progress. We will get something.
And that's why I asked about the celebrity thing, because like people like Jay-Z, Floyd Mayweather, Dr. Boyce Watkins, Eric Dyson, Dr. Umar, Mark Lamont Hill, all these black leaders, whoever you put as a black leader, I think part of their responsibility is to, if you see something like Black Lives Matter popping up and how it's causing so much disruption in a positive way, that they should have got behind them and helped and help coach them or walk them through what it's like, what you guys are about to get into. Yeah, because BLM at one point was a very small organization. Now it is getting $60 million in a year. As you need people, I can't expect these women, I don't know what their background is, but I don't know what they could do with $60 million. If I saw $60 million, I might spend something on something maybe I shouldn't spend it on.
That's why you gotta have a plan.
You gotta have a plan.
That transparency brings plans.
Yeah.
I mean, like, cause if you know what they're going to do, you can ask questions,
Mhm.
and then they have to back. They have to be like, well, all right, there's $3 million for this,
Yeah.
there's $2 million for that, but it's all. It's like it's everybody's accountability on this one. I feel it's ours as a people.
I like that you keep saying accountability because there is a quote that you had in the notes.
Oh, okay. Okay, a little pre-production. What was the quote?
It's from Garza.
Okay.
She said, "I don't need to be accountable to you. I don't know what accountability looks
crazy.
like to people that I've never talked to and that I don't know."
And
Bitch, you crazy. Sorry, not bitch.
see,
Let me be respectful.
And my
You
only
crazy.
my only question to her would have been, what does self-accountability look like to you?
and see,
Speak that shit, Derbs.
this is see
Because like if you can't hold yourself accountable to people that you've never met, how do you hold yourself accountable to yourself?
Yeah.
Whoa.
What is your definition of right and wrong?
Yeah. And again, if you're serving, if you are ahead of a situation or organization that's supposed to serve people,
Serving
that you will
people
never meet.
Yeah.
It's built in the situation you're in. You're not going to meet every black person in this world, like or in America.
Yeah.
You're not. So that's a crazy ass statement from Garza to say, how do I hold myself accountable to people I never met? It just sounds like
that's what we're hoping you're doing. That's why we're giving money to someone we never spoke.
Well, not we. This is white guilt.
This,
but
I did not donate. I'll be honest, but
that money should be allocated in a way to where we can all be able to check the books and see what's going on. So I need them BLM members to get their acts together
and be for the people. Another organization not really for the people, Amazon.
Okay, speak on it.
So like recently, like Amazon, they voted a spot over in Staten Island.
I heard a little bit about this.
JFK 5 or whatnot. They voted to become a union.
Okay.
Which I don't know. Have you ever worked for a union before?
UPS briefly. Well, not briefly. I worked there for a while, but
unions are kind of dope.
Yeah, they have their perks.
They kind of do.
You can't just get fired for no reason.
You can't. You can't, and you can't be mistreated.
Can't be mistreated.
And all hours must be accounted for.
Yes.
Which, if anyone's ever worked for Amazon, some hours in the business, you be like, no, I for sure did a 12-hour shift.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And like when you join a union, most people go in with the aspects, you know, because medical, dental, and Amazon kind of has a way of pulling away from that. So recently they voted to unionize, and now Amazon is trying to get the whole vote overturned. Mainly citing because I guess they was giving out weed to try to entice people's votes.
Who, Amazon was? Or no, the people that were... Oh, okay.
The people trying to go
That sounds like
vote.
a great marketing plan to me if I'm trying to get people's votes.
And they were saying that they was using like bully tactics and scare tactics to try to coerce, you know, people's votes.
That's what Amazon is saying.
That's what Amazon's saying because they took a L.
Well, bullies know how to spot another bully. You feel me? Amazon been a bully out here. I've never worked for Amazon, but I've only heard nightmare stories. And if you're not constantly moving, they track every movement. If you use the bathroom, they're asking you why you took the shit too long.
Amazon, you can't stop. It's wild.
Yeah,
it's wild how you can't stop at
There's
Amazon.
no stopping. So the fact that they're actively against trying to push this union out the way really goes to show you that they're really trying to hold on to what they got, which is they got people by the balls now. To be honest with you, they're workers,
and they probably ain't paying good, like paying them real accurate wages. They like one of the top. They're literally the top company in the fucking world.
Yeah,
like they should probably be paying.
From what I saw, they were. Last time I checked, Amazon was paying like $24 an hour.
I think they pay like a decent amount more than most.
But it's not worth it. I personally don't think it's worth it for what they ask from you.
Because of that like extra pay, they expect much more.
Yeah.
But like you're a robot.
Yeah.
If you decide to be a robot.
How much is it? All right, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And then I dipped.
Now, Amazon wants to keep their stronghold on the entire industry, and they don't want no opposition, even if it's their own people. They don't want no opposition. But I hope that union foreman starts to a trickle down effect for other places and other states,
other businesses.
Yeah, other businesses as well. But
Walmart,
Amazon is like
Walmart union.
Amazon also gets around a lot of like workplace mistreatment by like having subsidiary companies.
Oh, the third party. Oh, okay. The third party gimmick. Yeah, Amazon get out of a lot of shit. That's how they're not. Amazon not really paying everybody 24 because you're always hired. Yeah. You're hired through a third party. So the people that actually work for Amazon, they're getting it, but you're not getting. I was getting 17.
Oh yeah, we hired through a third party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see they dog third parties out.
The third party's dogging you.
That part. But Amazon set it up. That's how they kind of relinquish accountability and responsibility for workers. They're sharing less of the funds. So it's like if you're actually working for Amazon, you're probably owed a little bit more of the pot. No,
like all of those vans that say Amazon on them, not owned by Amazon.
No, my van says a company. I don't really work for that company. I work for another third party.
Yeah.
That's why I do them how I do them. I see you at the end of the month.
You hear from me through a third party.
Through a third party. It says he ain't here no more.
When I worked at Walmart, I saw that third party stuff going on. See? And a lot of it was, I don't know how if Amazon the same, but I'm sure it is. But a lot of the people that were part of the third party that Walmart was hiring were ex-felons.
Yeah, I'm with the knuckleheads.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with that, I distinctly remember working inside Walmart and seeing them work and hearing a supervisor, somebody who was above me, saying, oh yeah, like kind of like dogging them, like treating them less than, like
I get
referring to them as less than, because they know where they're working from, and they know they're getting paid less. So they'll be like, oh, just leave it for them. They'll take care of it. Oh, they don't know what they're doing. Like it was kind of a bad, demeaning way of looking at the third party business, and that's not a good way of coming into working with people when you're looked at that way.
Nah, you know what? Side note, because you brought up an interesting point. Yeah, the amount of classism and racism I experience in warehouses because I come through third parties is degrading. These people are no better.
It's fucked up.
It is fucked up, man, and it's wild. That stuff's wild. Like again, people, because I come through third party, people always be like, you know how it is in prison. I'm like, nigga, I wasn't even there that long.
They assume you got a body on you.
Like, fuck, nigga. I'm assuming my lifestyle.
But I'm sure once you look at somebody with that dead stare, if you ask for something, they ain't gonna play with you.
I came across a lot of cats that I know had bodies on them that I still had to stare down because I was like, we here now. If I let up, you might probably be like a tiger. So, sorry, what?
That just real quick. 60 days in or naked and afraid? If you had to pick one to do, 60 days in, which you're in prison for 60 days, or naked and afraid, which you're on an island naked for 26 days.
Naked and afraid.
That's okay. I was having that debate earlier. Like, which one would you rather do, naked
I can
and afraid
overcome
or 60
me.
days?
I can't overcome a room full of miserable niggas.
But like
that need to let some rage out. I can't overcome that.
What survival skills do you have?
I don't have much, but I don't have much survival skills in either realm. Like 60 days in prison survival, I don't got them skills.
Well, if I'm on an island, I know how to farm, my G. So fuck you.
Yeah.
If I'm on an island,
but a minute a beetle crawl up your ass, though.
Yeah, but after a week of waiting for that food to grow, aren't you gonna be pretty hungry?
No, but if it's on an island, there's gonna be food ready.
You gotta find the berries. You gotta climb the trees.
You gotta do some work.
And you're gonna end up dead.
You gotta go fishing. You gotta go fishing. And Naked and Afraid, you get 2 tools.
Do you know what plants are poisonous and what aren't?
I wouldn't even be next to a plant.
That part.
Because I don't trust, but I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm sleeping on the beach I'm gonna have to try to figure out some things as far as shelter on the beach.
I'll cast away that shit. I'll be like,
bro.
I'm like, I seen this before.
Seeing Tony on Naked and Afraid, I would watch that. It would be the best television. Seeing Tony, because they're gonna put you with a partner. It's gonna be a woman.
Yeah.
Right. And she's gonna be naked too.
Oh, we're gonna survive.
Yeah, she's gonna be naked too, but everything's blanked out. Of course, you can't see nothing.
Man, it's gonna be bricked up the whole time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bricked. that blur's gonna be out far from his fucking body. Like, what's that blurred out in the front? I'm bricked out here. I've been here for 13 days with no vagina. That's what goes in my mind when I watch Naked
or admit to these claims.
This nigga be fried catfish. That'd be hilarious.
That part. Nah, man. I can survive that. Especially give me a woman. I already know how that.
He's gonna eat the woman.
Like, nah. All you gotta do is like
just chop off a leg.
You gotta figure out what you need, right?
Okay.
And then let her make a plan.
Oh, back to plans. Okay. Right. She makes the plan.
It was like, cause I was like, look, I need this, that, and the third, cause I can get this cracking.
This is insight to me and Tony's conversations when we talk about the pod. Yo, I need this, that, and the third. And we can get this shit cracking. Like, all right, let's work on getting this, that, and the third.
Like, cause I could do the work, cause I know I could do the work.
Okay.
Like, and she was like, well, you're gonna need to do A, B, and C. It might take X amount of days and hours. I'm like, bet. I do 70-hour work shifts. Like, you told me a plan, I can execute the fuck out of it.
If I grab an application from Naked and Afraid and put your name down,
I'll roll.
And they call you,
I'll roll.
You'll roll? Oh,
I'll roll.
God, that'd be such great television.
I'll roll.
All right.
Pull up. I need 2 Dutches.
That's your 2 tools? 2 Dutches, please. I'm good.
I need a pack of Dutches.
He blow to those Dutches in the first 10 minutes.
Probably gonna need a lighter.
You said what?
Probably gonna need a lighter.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, so we gonna
I feel like that's figure out fire. That's one thing I know Tony would do.
I can figure out fire.
He'll figure out fire in the most craziest, unexpected way. He'll throw a rock at another rock and a spark will happen, and then he'll be like, bet. And he'd be with the Dutch like,
I trust my survival skills, bro. I don't know much, but I figure shit out, and I got heart. But if I'm with a chick and she got some know-how, I'm like, all right, tell me what it is real quick. And she like, boom, boom. I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna carry these boulders. Go ahead, set this up, boom, 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 and we just work together, bounce off of each other real quick.
And if you ever watch Naked and Afraid, they give you a breakdown of your rating before, and then they give you a breakdown of your rating after they watch you for 26 days to see.
I'm gonna have a 10 rating in the beginning.
10's coming after. Before it's gonna be like,
that's the highest.
Yeah, 10's the highest.
All right, so I'm gonna have a 2 rating starting out. Cause they be like,
starting out.
They gonna be like, this nigga don't know.
It's gonna say survival skills. Pomona. Height. Weight.
I done lived out here.
Right? At the end, they're gonna be like, this bloke right here.
Like, this nigga did it. I done created a hair wrap out of a cabana leaf. I got a shower cap out of a cabana leaf. Smoking my Dutch. I'm like, yeah, man, this shit was wild, bro.
He's smoking the same Dutch for 7 days.
I had to preserve this weed.
Yeah, no, I definitely see that happening. Oh, man. What's next on the docket?
Oh, snap. Derbs, hit me with it because I lost it because I'm still laughing. Because, all right, because...
Okay, we're back to it. We're back to it.
Derbs, research the next thing. But they pull up to the island. It's all built out.
The next thing on.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on, Derbs.
This is just for fun.
We're painting the picture here.
This is just for fun.
Okay.
So they pull up, so I start out with a 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
They check back in. I come out like MTV Cribs. With my cabana,
talking shit about Gilligan. Like, why did he never think about this?
I was like, oh, it took y'all long enough. And then we go, and we're like, check out, we'll check it out, baby. And it's like, yo, check it. She told me she took a class on some rhinestones, right? So I got to hammer it, and now we got this decked out mirror. All right, that's for me. I'm having fun. Back to the show.
Where we at? What we got, Dirk?
LA County suspends travel to Texas and Florida.
Oh, this one's interesting. I like this one.
Over LGBTQ policies.
Oh,
so we're not allowed to travel. We are not allowed to travel to Florida and Texas as of right now.
Essentially, that's what they're trying to make a mandate. But what didn't they pass a bill that allows them to execute that? It was recently.
Execute. I don't know about.
No, not execute.
Like toast out. What's that?
Off with the head.
A new California law.
It was in what? AB 1887. Hit us with it.
Yeah, AB 1887 directs the state to ban travel to a state because they discriminate based on the sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression. It brought in more state bans, including Florida. Florida was specifically added due to the passing of a law that prevents transgender girls from participating in girls' sports.
Oh, so Florida passed that law?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the recent bill that they're really talking shit about, or saying that's the Don't Say Gay bill.
I'm so confused.
All right, so essentially this bill is between kindergarten and third grade.
Okay.
You're not allowed to talk about, just sex in general or homosexuality or...
Like the teachers are allowed to say it, or for kids
saying it on... You're not allowed to teach about it or talk about it. Again, this is kindergarten through third grade.
Yeah, which is something that...
I never had a sex ed class.
Yeah.
At kindergarten through third grade.
Until I was in fifth
That's
or sixth grade.
I feel like, but are kids allowed to say it? Like if they're on campus and there's like talking,
they could talk about it. It's more so within the education. They can't
okay.
teach them about it.
Okay.
Which me personally, which I kind of understand. Given like things like in Disney movies and Marvel, they're starting to show more on same-sex kisses and things like that. And we're trying to come into like a more, I guess, friendly world of equal understanding. But me personally, just as a parent, I feel like trying to teach kids, not even though anyone's trying to teach kids
I think the law is kind of dumb in my opinion, because like it's not like we're like going out of our way to create like an education system that teaches kids this.
That's what I'm confused about. Like it's like me saying like I'm not allowed to grow my hair out. Like I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like the schools don't teach that. You feel me? Like, so why is that even? Unless there's been a couple schools, that's what tells me. There's been a few schools where the teachers are probably broaching that subject between kindergarten and third grade, which enforce the law to be made, or else it's just a law that's.
In my opinion, I think it's kind of like a discriminatory thing.
That's what it sounds like.
Like it's more in favor of like the anti-homosexuality or whatever the term may be. It's more like it helps like I don't even know how to say it.
Yeah,
it just helps like widen the gap that we're like trying to close.
Yeah,
in general.
I when I saw that, I was really confused on like exactly what the bill they were passing, the Don't Say Gay bill was, and confused about restricting the flights. Like I can't fly out to see my sneaky links in Florida or Texas because of their view on this particular bill.
Yeah,
that's scary.
That's crazy. Yeah,
that's scary as fuck.
That's like states passing sanctions on states.
Yeah, but not even like you're restricting California's travels there, even though I can just drive to Arizona and fly out of Arizona or whatever. You make it a little bit more inconvenient, but whatever. But restricting people to fly there, I mean, I guess California and Californians, and California is like, we spend the most money. We make a
Have
a
they
huge
actually
amount of
said that
money.
they're like restricting flights like to
No,
those
it was
states?
more so like a prop that
Yeah,
they're
they're
just
trying to get that
boasting
pass.
about it.
Yeah,
They're
they're
just
trying to get
boasting.
that, but they're trying to. It's posturing that I see more than anything. They're trying to tell
Yeah.
Texas and Florida, hey, our Californians that are going to go on leave.
So you can actually travel. It's the officials, county business.
Okay, so
all county business as far as like sending actual people who work for LA County to Texas. That travel is suspended. We're not fucking with y'all there, but y'all.
okay, so regular everyday average schmoes can travel.
Oh yeah, because I was about to say,
but California officials cannot travel. Okay, I mean, again, I just think it's posturing. That's what it sounds like to me. It's just California showing Texas and Florida like, hey, we're not with that, and our way of doing that is we're not gonna let our people from California go over there and spend money with you guys.
that part.
But it's just like it's just there's certain sections of the country that are so scared of what other people do in the bedroom.
Because everybody fucks nasty.
You know what I'm saying? But
It's more than just like
everybody.
it's more than just like that though. Like it's affecting people that are trans. It's affecting
100%.
a lot more communities
That
than just
part.
like the gay community.
I just think parents need to be more involved with their kids, and you won't be so worried. You know what I'm saying?
But
That's what I think. This is coming from somebody who's not a parent, but I'm just saying, like, I'm talking specifically for the people down south.
yeah.
They're so scared of the world that they know now being altered and changed.
Yeah.
When LGBTQ people have been around for centuries. Like, this is not something new. It's just like, instead of
And the Greeks, it was cool to jerk off a boy.
I think people should work towards creating healthy relationships with their kids. Because I had helicopter parents, so like
oh yeah,
I can see how like both sides have negatives.
you ever been caught jerking off?
Yeah.
Super helicopter parents. Are your parents?
Yes.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Oh, what does that feel
Super
like?
awkward.
How'd that go?
Did you come?
It was my dad, thank
you
God.
come?
But
Did you finish?
Did you
no,
come?
what? No,
Did you come in their face? Not in
no.
their face, but while they looked as they walked in.
Was your
Did you
finger in your
come?
butt at the same time?
Did you come?
Oh God, why did I bring this
Do you,
up?
jerk, do you still jerk it to this awkward memory jerk?
Oh
Does
God.
it please you in a
Were you watching
bizarre
something, or you have a
fantasy way?
magazine, or was it just imagination?
Oh, it's 2022, right?
You didn't get
I
caught
mean,
jerking off.
It was like
You got
nah,
caught jerking off yesterday.
I was probably
what
like
the fuck's wrong with you, Derb?
I was probably in like 7th grade.
You're a man.
So were you watching something?
Yeah, I was on my phone.
Okay. So you had the smartphone out.
Did you have the headphones on?
Yeah, I've
Does it all
never
the
I've
time.
never had to do the whole magazine thing. You
Okay.
know? It's always just been ready to go for me. But
Magazine thing is like, that was early days. Like the
I
magazine.
like how Derb said he got a hottie ready. It's not even ready. Go for me.
What'd your dad say when he saw it?
he just like he was like, "What the fuck?" and then closed the door.
And then went and donated it to BLM, huh?
Probably not.
I'm just joking. That's one thing I've never been caught by my parents. I feel like I think my mom walked in the room she walked in the room one time as soon as I was like dead.
Yeah.
It's like maybe like 2 minutes after I was dead. And I feel like my mom walked in and was like,
Yeah.
and then looked at me and was like, "What are you doing in here?" I was like, "Mom, it's my room. What do you mean I'm living?" And she was like, "Uh-huh." He was like, "All right." And then walked out. And I was like, I feel like she kind of had an idea.
It smelled like a mushy juicy was served.
I don't know. I've had my parents walking on me having sex. Like,
Oh, okay. You a renegade out here.
yeah,
Did they coach you through it?
no.
You said you had helicopter parents. I just wanted to see the length.
Did they see your butthole? 'Cause you can't come back from that.
No.
All right. That's what
I mean, I'm sure they've seen my butthole before, but
but not when you were fucking. It's different. It's different.
I look forward to that day.
That what? Hold on. Clarify.
forward to that day.
Oh, the day where you walk in on little Asar.
I hope he's fucking well.
Okay.
Any dad wishes that for the boy. Hope he's really giving a good dicking out there.
I remember the first time I jerked off, I fell asleep in the living room. Pants down to my ankles. I fell asleep for like 3 hours. I'm so happy I woke up like around 5 in the morning and went to my room before my dad went to work. Because he would have came out and saw a fucking terrible situation.
I like how we went from the LGBT community to jerking off.
Well, it's all black podcast. Maybe that's what we do.
Well, when I jack off, I go to the LGBT community.
Okay. Okay.
And we learned something new about Tony
I
today.
paid for it. We were just taking some baby steps back.
What's next, Herbs? What's next? Get us off this topic. Let's get us off this topic, please.
Well,
Courtney Taylor, murder suspect.
Okay, so this.
Are you familiar with this one?
Kind of, sort of. I've been
Hit me with
doing my research on it the last couple of days. So, Courtney Taylor, she is a influencer. She has OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she creates content for the internet. She was dating. I don't want to butcher his name, so I'm not gonna try to say it right now. Okay. But he was dating. She was dating. And by the way, Courtney Taylor is white. And I say her race because it's specific in what her desire was. She says she only dates rich black men. That's what she said out of her own mouth.
She takes my money
when I'm in need. Yeah, she's traveling.
Yeah.
And indeed. But okay, so she only dates rich black men. So I'm assuming the man, her boyfriend at the time, was a rich black man. I'm just assuming, but that's what she said. But anyways, so her boyfriend was found stabbed to death in their home. There's pictures of her covered in blood, handcuffed, leaving the murder scene, right? But she has not been arrested. She did claim that she was going to kill herself when she did get arrested. And so they administered her to a
psych ward?
Psych ward, in a sense, for people who were
5150.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that's a clear sign to me that she did it. I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, you start claiming that you're gonna kill yourself after you saw your man. If you walked in on your man being murdered, my first thought is gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
But anyways, and so she was recently she was spotted because she was supposed to be in this psych ward, but then she was spotted out at a restaurant having a drink with her dad 2 days after her fiance or boyfriend was found murdered, and she didn't look like she was sad, or all that. So there's a lot of conspiracy going around.
She said, "This is for Nicole."
A lot of conspiracy surrounding how this man got murdered. Who is she? And there's a lot of people are diving in and finding more details. But here's an interesting question that arose from the situation. So when it was first publicized, a lot of Shade Room, Black Twitter, a lot of people were behind the black man who was slain, right? Like, it's injustice, find who killed him.
Yeah.
But then they found out that he was dating a white woman. And I saw on the internet a lot of people say he got what he deserved. Because not only was he dating a white woman, there's tweets that were resurfaced of him tweeting out, "I only date white women. I'm with my dream woman. Fuck black women." A lot of negative things towards black women, a lot of positive things for white women. So when that was resurfaced, a lot of the internet, especially black people, jumped off the bandwagon of trying to find justice for his killer and said that he got what he deserved if she killed him. So there's a lot of layers to this situation.
Yeah.
But so I was bringing it up to ask you, like, do you feel like people are justified in having emotions towards him and the resurfaced tweets, as far as should we care about finding justice for him?
All right.
When he seemed through the tweets that he was very hateful towards, it's weird. It's weird.
There is a lot to that. Like, one for the people, and people wild, bro. You know, they wild for that. Everyone deserves justice. You know, boy got murked.
Yeah.
You know, that's
apparently in his sleep.
And especially in his sleep, like stabbing him like a coward, that's messed up.
Yeah.
You know. About the whole tweets though, that just bring on a bigger issue. I feel like how come black dudes keep dissing black women?
And
Like,
find it okay to say on public platforms, which is crazy.
Yeah, and push it to that extent. Like, that's kind of like the
It goes like always.
What happened? Hit me with this. What you got?
It goes always.
It goes always.
What do you mean by that?
I see black women hating on black men. I see black men hating on black women.
Yeah.
I see white men hating on white women. I see white women hating on white men.
Which is very new.
Like, it's
That's
just
it's a new thing now. Since the Karen situation,
there's become like this crazy divide between men and women.
Of their own, of each race.
It's of our own making.
Yeah.
Technically, but
yeah.
It's just like the general consensus is men suck, women suck.
What are we getting accomplished here?
And like it just becomes, it trickles down into like these smaller conversations.
That part. So how do we fix that?
Be better.
I just think and just having some type of self-love. I think a lot of white men you see coming out saying they don't like white women, like publicly on social media and stuff. I think that's all a new thing. I see a lot of white dudes on my Twitter thing talking about, I ain't gonna date no Karen. They're specifically talking about a certain level of white women that they don't want to date. I see a lot of other white dudes on my Twitter, Instagram, or whatever, who have been championing women of color, specifically black women. Like, I know, black women are God. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just interesting to see that. And so I find this subject interesting because for a whole day, everybody was behind finding justice for this black man. And then as soon as they found out kind of his insight to his preference of who he dates, all the black women that I saw jumped off that bandwagon and said, well, you want white women, this is what happens when you date white women, which is not what happens when you date white women. Let's put that out there. You're not going to get stabbed in your sleep by most white women. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Stabbed themselves.
I don't want to perpetuate that stereotype either. But I do think that us as specifically black men, we have to start loving our community a lot more, like showing more love to our community a lot more. Even if you have a preference, like the whole Fresh and Fit situation. I don't know if you know Fresh and Fit.
Oh yeah, I seen
Fresh and Fit, a podcast on YouTube where they were making jokes about their two black guys. One's like black and Ethiopian or something. I don't know. The other
neither one of them can catch a fade.
Yeah, the other dude is like super black. He's super black. And they both were talking about, they were calling black women night riders, and they were being very disrespectful and saying that their preference was, we only date white. We date white.
Yeah.
And that became a conversation on the internet for a couple of days as far as preference, versus what's disrespectful. Yeah. And I think it's disrespectful. It's okay to say your preference is something. It's not okay to say your preference is not something. It's two different things.
And you could say like it's not something, but like how they were doing it was,
you could tell they don't like you. They don't love you. They don't love themselves.
They were like bashing back. Yeah. Like they were like punching down in a way. Like,
and they were saying it was jokes.
But even so, some of that stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think it was jokes because there was no humor in, like you said, punching down or berating women of a certain color. There's no joke in that. There's you're just literally using them as a punching bag in a way. But I'm gonna pay attention to this case a lot more. I'm gonna follow it just like I followed the Jussie Smollett situation, just like I followed Tory Lanez.
He want an apology. We gonna catch a fade.
He dropped a track.
I don't need to hear his track. We gotta catch a fade.
He dropped a track.
Gotta catch a fade with Steve Harvey.
You want to catch a fade with Jussie Smollett?
Yeah.
He's the gay Tupac. You better watch out. His words.
I remember when he said that too. I was like, show me your publicist now.
But yeah, man, everybody pay attention to this case to see exactly, what unfolds. But I do think us as a, black community, we have to just do a little bit better in loving each other, but also like, people make mistakes. People say things that might be kind of crazy, but at the end of the day, man, that's a black man who was stabbed in his own house. And apparently he has some money, because she only dates rich black men. So it's fortunate to see somebody who was young, you know, making moves, building wealth for his family, get killed so tragically. So yeah, watch out for Courtney Taylor and the black man. I cannot say his name. I'm not even gonna try.
I'm not gonna try.
Yeah,
I read it and I was
I'm
like,
not gonna try. I'm not gonna try.
His name is Christian something.
Something.
Christian Doe.
I like that.
We're gonna do that.
We're gonna do that. Christian Doe. I like that. What's next on the docket?
Not just on the docket. Just to stand still real quick. I'm gonna skip one. Because this is my favorite one. It's T.I. getting booed. T.I. getting booed. And I love this. I've been enjoying I personally, you know, I've been able to watch this whole thing unfold from behind the scenes and just listen to everyone's jokes. But man, talking about someone who really needs to be humbled. Were you able to see the video?
I saw the video. I couldn't make out everything that was being said. I'm not gonna lie, but I did watch the video.
Yeah.
I also saw parts of video of the young lady.
That was another incident. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, break it down for me.
That was another. So there's been a multitude of incidences since the whole Godfrey thing.
Okay.
All right. So he's been in LA the last few weeks. A lot of news didn't come out on that. I don't know why, but he's been in LA the last couple of weeks, terrorizing comics.
Terrorizing comics?
Just making the experience horrible. He's been running the light for like over 20, 40 minutes. You know, he won't get off stage.
Running the light, for people who don't know. Running the light means when the light comes up for you to shut the hell up and get off the stage and wrap it up.
He go on for another 20, 40 minutes.
Okay. And
this isn't unheard of. If you're Dave Chappelle, you're going to run the light. If you're like someone of that nature, this is T.I. This is a rapper trying to be a comedian who ain't never did stand up before. And I can tell you right now, I don't care how many Grammys you got. You ain't earned the right to run the light on that one.
Yeah. I agree.
That part. And I've been able to hear some of the stand-up he's been doing.
This is what I want to hear right here. Okay, let me know.
It's so trash.
Really?
It's so trash. It's terrible.
I mean, I shouldn't act surprised because
he tells jokes like an old man that pays his friends.
Okay.
You know, the joke that he got booed for, the whole premise was, you know, if a woman goes to the restroom, she said the toilet, talk about they ain't got no seat warmers. You know, she didn't put that toilet paper down there. That ain't the kind of woman I want to be. It's not the whole thing. He says it in a very T.I. fashion.
Okay.
And, you know.
Okay.
And my thing was like, not a good joke. Horrible setup. But my favorite part was when he was getting booed and he tried to make fun of the white dude, thinking the whole crowd was going to join him. and then the white dude just looked up and said, "Boo!"
Sit down.
He's like, I ain't gonna take that from you. You a gentrified. You just got here like a couple years ago. I'm gonna take this from niggas, but I ain't gonna take this from you. And then everyone else boos him. And then it's just.
So that's a separate situation from the situation where he got into it with the woman comic.
That was in the Barclays Center at like one of those hip hop festival shows that gets shown.
Okay.
The thing that happened in the woman who show it was in Atlanta was he popped up, tried to tell some jokes. He was heckling comedians the whole entire time.
He was heckling comedians.
I've been hearing a lot that he's been terrorizing comedians since he started this. He's rude. He's rude. Like even in certain groups that I'm a part of, like they literally ask, like, why are we allowing him to still come onto the shows? Like, why are we allowing him inside? It's really like the whole comedy community is like, we don't fuck with this nigga.
Yeah.
Off the rip.
Yeah.
But so my thing is like he's not coming in respectable. He's dissing the whole art of it. And he has no jokes. The man has no jokes.
Bro, I watched like 3 seasons of his reality show that he had with Tiny, and the funniest thing of that whole entire show was the way Tiny walks. I don't know why I find that funny. It's just hilarious to me. But there was nothing else about that show. I never thought T.I. And we've been following T.I. for almost 20 years.
Yeah, that
I've never seen an instance where I was like, oh, he's funny. So I've always been confused to why who told him to hop into the comic game and be a comedian. But then the way he's carrying himself through the comedy game, rubbing comedians the wrong way.
He came straight for Godfrey, who's a respected legend in the game, bro. Like he came straight for him and probably threatened him. We have no evidence on that, but I think he threatened him, man. But I ain't gonna backpedal, dog. You can't threaten me. I got nothing to lose, nigga. Stop. You trash. You don't respect the game. I had a clip saying I was down with it because I thought, you give everyone time and whatnot. But for him to go on stage over Atlanta, step on the stage, and take the mic from old girl, for him to be going through all these, I get it, you're a superstar. That's what he's apparently always saying when they're trying to take him off stage. He's like, look here, partner, I ain't a comedian. I'm a superstar. The fuck that mean?
He sounds like he needs to humble himself.
Oh, the booing didn't humble him. He was on a live with Michael Blackson, and Michael Blackson was like, that didn't affect you. He was like, no, man, that didn't affect me. What it told me was, why ain't this joke better? Why I need to be better? Which is kind of great. I get it. Like mentally, he's the type of guy that powers through. Like I get that. I relate that. But at the same time, nah, G, you literally have trampled through a whole industry in less than a month. You trampled from the lower open micers to the legends of Godfrey. You trampled on everything. Yeah, I think you need to bow out right now and take a break and come back later. And I know he's not.
It's starting to give up that vibe where he's like kind of taking advantage of the comedy scene. Like nobody's paying tickets for a T.I. show too much right now. No, and with the pandemic, not too many shows in general are being booked. But there's been comedians still been doing their thing.
That part.
And I think, T.I. lives on a stage. I think he loves being on the stage. I think he looked at it and was like, that's the way I can be on stage, still get the attention, still possibly get good paydays. I don't know what a T.I. comedy show gets paid, but I'm sure
apparently he's playing some type of character on Netflix.
He's playing a character on Netflix?
He's
like
playing,
in a show?
Yeah, I think he's playing like...
See, that's his bag.
He's
right
featuring
there.
in a biopic. Okay. So I could sort of understand if that's the case. He's trying to do research, but how he's going about is like, it's not even in a researchable way. Yeah. He's going about it as, I'm T.I. I'm the new number one comedian. It's stand-up comedy.
And I'm gonna go 40 minutes over the light because y'all gotta... I don't think... Well, okay, that's a lot. Because I think there's a lot of interesting things T.I. could probably talk about. Because he's seen a lot. He's traveled all over the world. He's seen a lot. I just never looked at T.I. and was like, that guy is funny. I watched his podcast.
I know T.I. laughs at his own jokes.
Yes. I remember that show he had where he was bringing up young guys and he was like, what was that show? It was on BET maybe, I think it was. Where he was like, he'll go find a young guy who was like struggling through life and he would like be their mentor for that episode. And like, and he would try to help them achieve their dreams in an episode or two. I'm just saying, I've seen a lot of T.I. Nothing's ever crossed my mind to where that guy is going to be a budding comedian at some point. I've never thought that, ever. There's certain rappers you can get that from. Like Trinidad James. If he wanted to be a comedian,
he has that persona.
He's got the persona, the swag. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't say he's a rapper, but he's classified as a rapper. Lil Dicky. If you wanted to be a comedian,
well, he did start
off as a comedian.
I think Lil Dicky is a comedian.
He is. He kind of
evolved,
infiltrated rap to kind of blow up his name. But
he did start off as a comedian. He started off doing stand-up.
Same with Childish Gambino.
Yeah,
started off doing comedy writing. He was a comedian. He had some stand-ups. Like,
and some of those college tapes were funny as fuck.
Yeah, there's certain rappers I see like, okay, they got the chops to do that. I've nothing I've seen by T. There's nothing I've seen from T.I. People have leaked his comedy shows and his jokes, and like you say, I'm sitting there like it's like I'm just like trying to wait for a laugh. Like, where's
I
the
can
laugh
honestly say I don't even like his music. So
okay.
Okay, that's a little too much.
Wait,
It's a little too much.
You weren't there.
Rubber Band Man.
I think
classic.
the fact that people
Taliban.
still pay to see him live is comical.
Well, if you enjoy his music, it's like paying to watch Gladys Knight or paying to watch, an old act. Like,
you weren't there. T.I.
I would pay to watch the Beatles. I would not pay to watch T.I.
You just have to. I'm gonna send you
There's
some.
only two of them left. Will you really want to watch that?
You want to see two of the?
And Ringo has nothing in the tank.
I can see why I would pay to watch T.I. perform. You know what I'm saying? I like T.I.
I just don't see him as that much of like a staple in music history that like I think he's worth watching 20 years after his like time in the spotlight.
Well, we'll see. I that's up for debate. I think he's put enough work in hip hop to where if you enjoy Southern hip hop music, specifically trap music, he coined the phrase trap music. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his thing, and he's a father to a lot of these people in the South.
Technically, yeah. You don't get trap music without T.I.
Not at all.
Fuck you mean, dude?
So there are a lot of people in the South. He could do a South circuit for his entire life and sell tickets, even if it's like 1,000-person show. But comedy?
Please. He wasn't even funny in ATL. And that was his movie. They didn't write him not one joke in that motherfucker. They was like, yeah, you ain't gonna pull this over. Jackie! Jackie! We're gonna need some jokes.
He wasn't funny in Takers. He wasn't funny in American Gangster. And he wasn't supposed to be, but damn. Some people be funny and they don't even be trying. T.I. trying.
He do be trying.
He trying hard.
Boy, try. He tried harder than Beyonce tried to act.
Okay, listen. We're not going to slander Beyonce's acting.
No, you're right.
But
I love black women.
Her acting is very subpar. Her and Michael B. Jordan like right there neck and neck.
How she fuck up Lion King? Like she was just a voice.
No, her best movie was the one where she fought the white lady because she was cheating on her husband. What was that? What was that?
What
was that? When they were fighting the roof or whatever? Like she almost fell to the roof.
Idris Elba.
What was that movie called?
That movie was horrible. Can someone please find us the name? I watched it. I need to know. Because that was
bro, when they were standing in the attic
Ali
and she was walking on the base bars. And then they fell through.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, Beyonce.
I'm pretty sure it was called Obsessed.
Obsessed.
And she got up. How she got up, her wig stayed put. Beyonce was still beautiful. And you in the whole full ass script.
You just fought in the attic and fell down to the first story.
Beautiful.
Now, nobody's ever confused Beyonce for great actress, but nobody's going to ever confuse T.I. for a funny comedian.
That part. And just respect the art, bro.
That part.
Just respect the art. Respect the
part.
craft. I know the show producers, one for the comedians being upset about this, stop expecting show producers to give a fuck about your feelings. They're going to do whatever it takes to put the seat in the butts in the seats. You know, so, you know, I'm sorry. Yes, we work hard. Yes, we go through a lot and we have to earn stripes. And yes, it's very unfair. These niggas could just come off their fucking cloud of Mount Olympus and do what the fuck they want to do to our shit. But yo, my G, it is what it is. Stay focused on you and work on your craft. These niggas don't care. For the show producers, can y'all fucking care? Can you care?
I mean, but you just said they don't care.
I know.
But we talking to them like, let's start to care.
Now, can you just care? You get this man's interrupting the environment. He's pissing off the art form. I get your bottom dollar. You got to make the margin. Your comedy club was going to fail pre-pandemic, post-pandemic. Anyway, can we just all agree that there should be some rules and accommodations? Sure, but some rules for when niggas want to start doing this shit, so they're not like Madonna doing a late night set when niggas is out here trying to do late night sets. and she gets to go do a late night set and bomb the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
And then just go home in Madonna house and be Madonna still.
Yeah.
It's just unfair.
I agree.
Maybe that's me spazzing.
I agree.
It's just
No,
unfair.
talk that shit.
I still bump T.I. though.
T.I. is still, I still got, he's in the rotation for sure.
Yeah.
Along with Hall & Oates.
But you need a timeout.
Needs a little pow pow.
Time in? No, time out. You're T.O. now.
Anything else you got?
Man, there's a lot on the agenda. There is, there's still, there could be. How you want to wrap it up? Because we could go ahead and talk about YK or Osiris being a little shyster, but
I've seen more research real quick. YK Osiris, when the young man who died from the theme park ride, when he passed away, YK Osiris, he's a rapper, right? He came out.
He made a song.
he came out and wanted to support his family and take care of the funeral costs. His family came out a couple days ago and said that YK Osiris has never taken care of the money he didn't pay the money he said he was going to pay. He was just using, the death for clout. But then I did see YK Osiris screenshot himself scrolling to the GoFundMe, and he sent $15,000 through the GoFundMe. It takes a while for that kind of money to get clear. So from more research I did, it seemed like there's just some miscommunication between YK Osiris and their family, but it goes back to the whole BLM situation. If you're going to step out there and claim to take to claim to support families in tragic situations, and you're going to be the person that's going to give aid, you need to have transparency. You need to be in lockstep with these people. So, because you're doing it in the public eye. Like if I'm not any type of celebrity whatsoever, but if I was a celebrity and I'm just going to step out on a limb and do something for somebody and it's in the public eye, I'm going to make sure, because my name is everything. My name and my word is everything. It's more than money. It's more than anything. My name and my word is everything. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to take it so seriously to the point to where there's no miscommunication whatsoever with the family that I'm trying to help. So somewhere in there, translation was lost.
Nah, that nigga photoshopped that shit.
Let me know what happened. From what I seen, he photoshopped that?
He photoshopped
If he photoshopped that.
Because one of the members from the family pulled up the same image that he had posted
of the
GoFundMe, and he was like, the highest donation wasn't 15,000, it was 500, and it didn't even come from that nigga. That nigga, like, they put it up post to post, and it's YK Osiris. This nigga is a shyster. Like, he makes bad bets. He'll do anything for his bad bets.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, he made a bad bet with Drake. I guess he ended up owing Drake like 60,000 or whatever.
How you owe Drake $60,000?
And Drake made him sing his song to get out of it. He owed like Meek Mill some money. Like, he makes a lot of bad. He's notorious for making bad bets.
He sounds like he's in a lot of debt.
He's in a lot. Well, he only made one song, and he's still walking around with cubics. I call them cubics because they're zirconic as fuck.
So we should go diamond test him.
Bet.
How the Island Boys have better jewelry? Anyways, no, then it goes back to our topic we talked about the last couple pods, where like people use death in a way to either build clout or to get something from somebody. It's like death brings out the nastiest of people. And I'm hope I don't know too much about YK Osiris. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know shit about the dude, but I'm hoping that
he sung that one song. I'll give you the
No. Sing it again. What was it?
I'll give you the world. You just gotta
okay, I think I know what that is. I think I know what that is.
I got no clue. I don't even know who YK Osiris is.
He has a crispy hairline. Super crispy hairline.
You jelly of that?
I'd be man. Anytime I see somebody with a crispy hairline and they waste it, I'd be so pissed. I'd be so pissed off.
Like Derbs over there with that beautiful hair.
Yes.
I don't waste it.
Even Maul from the Rory and Maul podcast, he wears a hat all the time. He's got a fresh hairline. He's always wearing a hat. Anybody who has hairlines and wastes it, I'd be mad. I'd be mad because if I had my back, shit. Shit.
Waves dipping on them.
I'll be out here, boy. Anything else?
Nah, my G. I guess we could just wrap it up. You want to tell them anything sweet before we dip on out?
Yeah, man. Follow me on all social medias. EARLPHEUS.
Ooh.
EarlPheus. I got a report card coming soon.
Oh.
I hope everybody is. I'm gonna do it to him. This is a little teaser. The IE needs a report card, and I am the teacher. No, I am the professor.
Super duper.
Hey! So I'm coming with a report card. That should be really coming pretty soon. We're going to be doing a lot more content with that. I'll keep following my tattoo journey. I'm going to get this done soon. You finish this part right here. Yeah, Derbs, I got a tattoo.
Yeah, you passed out.
Don't be bringing up old shit. Don't be.
Why can't you move forward, Derbs?
Don't be bringing up old shit. Yeah, that's all I got. What about you?
Real quick, one time. If you enjoyed the show, enjoyed the look, enjoyed the sound, be sure to check out Productive Culture. They got you covered over with podcasting, audio mixing, event planning. If you want to game and get your Twitch account set up with the 3D green screen, come over to Productive Culture. Preserve, conserve, maintain, sustain, continue over at Productive Culture. Be sure to subscribe over at Alt Black Podcast if you listen to the audio on the YouTube. And if you're watching us on the YouTube, you could take us with you on work to traffic, listening to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Deezer. Anyone download that yet?
These nerds.
Me and Nerds.
and then yeah. Oh, check us out on the IG.
Yes.
Yeah, Alt Black Pod, ALT BLK POD. Shout out to my man Derbs. I'm so glad we're okay.
Yeah, I'm so glad you guys are okay too.
We scissored, guys. So now we're okay.
All right.
And check me out, Tony Asar, ASAR on all socials. Without further ado,
stay tuned, stay glued.
Smoke a Dutch and read a book. Boom.